Hello guys, today we're going to be back talking about Jtoh tips, and this time it's not going to be any Jtoh tips, it's Jtoh tips on how to practice towers. So, the first tip I have is to practice floors individually, and also do runs of floors individually, because that'll help get you experience with every single one of the floors on its own, and yeah, it'll just help you beat the tower. Especially like the ones that you're struggling with. Very good idea, because let's say you're struggling with like floor 5 or so. Can just practice floors 5, and that'll just help you out a lot. Once you practice that, like the floors you're struggling with, your grind will just be a ton easier. And as you see, I'm using floor 5 TOEV as an example, but you just play that a lot. I mean, I don't actually struggle with 5 TOEV. Well, it's just laggy. But let's just say you're practicing a floor that's hard for you. If you play it, you'll eventually get a lot better. So there's that. Alright, now the second tip I have is to do wall jump runs of the whole tower or from floor 2. It doesn't really matter. I mean, for me, it does matter. But for me, I like to do it from floor 2 since you'll get naturally like more consistent at floor 1. So I just kind of like to do it from floor 2. But you can honestly do whatever you want. I would recommend doing it from floor 1 if you're like starting out, but like if you're already like gonna naturally get consistent at floor 1, then it doesn't really matter. At least that. So the third tip is to find strategies and practice them, because that can make like the hard jumps in a tower a lot easier, especially towers with a bunch of different wave spikes. So and the reason I'm in tower generation failure is because this is where it all started really for me. So this is where I first found out like strategies for jumps and stuff. I'll use this one as an example. So my strategy here was to get in front of the ball and look at the second stud, like the corner of the second stud. I mean, and you just kind of want to do like a wraparound. And it makes the jump a lot easier, especially on 60 hertz. For some reason, it's like a very inconsistent jump, but it's whatever. And like if you like practice the jumps that you find strategies to, it just makes hard jumps in a tower a lot easier. And I think that's it for my third tip. Now for some examples of practicing jumps that you're struggling with. I got this one in Tower of Eternal Void. Used to be very painful to do, but I found a strategy for it. And so what I do is I launch right here, wait for my character to kind of drop to like right there, and I just turn onto it. I like let myself fall when I get like kind of low. And I kind of use like this part like as a kind of like a marker. It's kind of hard to explain, but that's what I do for that jump. And also got this jump on here. I used to have a kind of an inconsistent strategy on how to do it, but like I found like a guide that told me how to do like a lot of easier jumps, and that's just one example of them. I have a ton of others, but that's gonna be it for the tip. Now for the next tip is to set like a goal on how much you want to practice a day. And now I'm not saying to set a time limit, but try and do a certain amount of practice a day. And if you want to do more, then that's great. But if you're doing like a certain amount of practice, it kind of just gets like muscle memory down, and it'll make your grind a bit easier. That's just in my personal experience. Some people might not like relate to this, and it might not work with some people. But I found this pretty helpful. So that's going to be it for the video on the 5 tips on how to improve your practicing skills in Jtoh, or whatever the title of the video is going to be called by then. But I hope you guys learned something from this video, and you can take something from this and apply it to your grinds. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. See ya.